Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin continues to push higher together with Ethereum as it just follows here the structure, the roadmap, the wave count. This is obviously micro structures we're looking at here at the moment because there isn't too much going on the higher time frame. We are still sort of in the range, even though we just now break out of this descending channel that we talked about in the previous videos, and this all follows the scenario of a higher C wave. We talked about targets before for that C wave. Bitcoin is a little bit behind Ethereum, but if Bitcoin makes it, then it could next reach the 17,126 level. That is at least the target here for the next target for the C wave, the 1-to-1 ratio. That's quite a frequent target, and from here we could see it break down, or if we don't see a strong reaction here, it will push higher to the 1.618 extension at 17,600. These are key targets. We've got that fib level here as well, but C waves don't end there very often. That's the 1.236 extension. So these are just the higher level targets here for this C wave to the upside. Remember, we've got this ABC structure here on the chart, and yeah, putting that C wave in is the more ideal structure. Yeah, and it's good that we follow that now. So looking at higher now, as long as we're holding the support down here, and I'm not entirely sure about the structure that's currently evolving here on the micro count. That's why I know it frustrates a lot of people, but you know, I have to say it's less reliable than the ETH chart. It's not such a clear structure because what can we do? There's the possibility that this was a 1-2-1-2 setup and we're now moving up in 3. Then we could say, okay, here in the third wave we had here a small 1-2 setup, here a third wave, the fourth and the fifth. And we're now working on this small wave 3. The problem I have is that Ethereum is just a bit further advanced, and from experience, when we see that, most likely Bitcoin is then in a different pattern. But yeah, let's just continue with that. What would be the target here for the third wave? I think we talked about that in the previous video as well. Key target for the third wave would be actually the 17,139 level. Yeah, so it would be quite a bit of a push for this wave. It would be. It's what you would normally expect from this third wave. Then there should be a fourth and a fifth, and only then we complete the third wave. Well, this could also be some kind of a leading diagonal that's just the alternative that we had here, a wave ABC. This was a wave 1. I said that in the previous video, didn't I? This a wave 2. We're now doing here something like this, ABC. That would make sense as well. This would be a third, and that explains the choppy nature of this chart. Then a fourth and a fifth also in ABC. But in the end, it doesn't make a great difference to the overall chart. It would also send us a bit higher. And important would be that we're now holding this support at 16,759, and we can reach the next targets. So yeah, that's basically it. And as soon as we reach that range up there, and again, I gave you the key targets for that, when that C wave is complete, the next decision will come, because the question is, are we in the green wave C, which is a different pattern that can send us a bit higher into the 19K region, or are we going to stop at the end of the blue wave C? So if we just do ABC here in blue, then we can come down. Then we've got this pattern, just to remind you of the higher level wave count. So overall, yeah, this is the view since November, and we said we came down in a third wave, we moved up in a fourth wave. The blue count suggests this fourth wave is finished and we're going to move down in a fifth wave. The fifth wave consists of 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so just to highlight that. The other pattern is that the wave 4 is actually here, and that this is a slightly different pattern, an ABC structure. Then we would go a bit higher with the C wave. We would have 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's a bit different. Would send us a bit higher, but also then I would expect to move down afterwards. So at the moment, in any case, I would still expect a lower low for Bitcoin. I'm open to the idea that Bitcoin has made a low, but we just don't have any evidence for that yet. Yeah. So what we can do in that case is just to follow it level by level, and if Bitcoin shows us some proof, like a relevant 5-wave structure to the upside on the chart, and a 3-wave move down on a relevant time frame, then I'm happy to change my view and will call that the Bitcoin bottom has been made, same way as we talked about it back in December, that the Bitcoin top has been made back in December 21. But I hope you understand. I mean, a lot of people who are not so familiar maybe with charts, this is a trend reversal area. Bottoming is a process. You will not be able to say, right, we've now made this low, it's definitely going to be the low. You need some movement. So what we will need to see is something like that. We need to see 5 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 waves down, and then we can say, okay, probably the low is in. Yeah, but you will lose like 20% on the way already. But that's just what it is. Yeah, the same way that I wasn't able to say at 70k that the high was in. No, I had to wait until we dropped below 58k. Yeah, because there are just certain levels that you just need. But still, if anybody watched the videos back in December 21, I was very clear in my view that below, I think it was 58 or 56k, the top was in. And if I have to wait until whatever, to 21.5k to say the low is in, I mean, it's still very early, isn't it? But you just can't do it earlier. We can take it level by level and there will be indications, but really you need some sort of movement and the proof of the structure that's building to be able to say that a low is in. You just can't, this is a highly volatile market, so the market will move a bit before we can say that the low is in. That will still be earlier than most people will still say then at that point that we're going to go down to 10k, the same way that a lot of people were saying until we drop below 40k that we're still going to go to 100k. It's what it is. The masses are often wrong, so it's our task here in my job to figure out as early as possible when we're reversing. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.